Episode 3.
Today we have a special guest, Maxy baby,
Max.
who is our adopted son and
the goodest boy.
The goodest
Now.
pup. When we first got Max, we didn't really know what to expect. We found out that he was originally brought to a kill shelter and was probably beaten by his owners. And yeah, so we brought him home, didn't really know what to expect, and quickly found out that he was really dog aggressive, and we've had plenty of issues with him. So when we moved here, we kind of made a decision to, Nathan calls it anger management, and put him through aggression training. And so this video is going to be all about what we learned with Max and how we trained him, the collar that they gave us, how we use it. But full disclosure, we are not professional dog trainers whatsoever.
We watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, lots of YouTube, especially when we were training our first trigger.
Stayed at a Holiday Inn Express.
What is that?
I'm not a dog trainer, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. It's a thing.
Okay. So yeah, we're gonna show you all the things.
So we went to Off Leash Canine. That's the company that we went through, and it's e-collar technologies. ecollar.com, all one word, lowercase. So this one has basically a dial that you can turn up the intensity from 0 to 99. The goal is kind of to be as low as possible. So you can shock yourself, and you feel it, but it's not like it's not super harsh. Even it's kind of like a buildup. So you can see every time I press it, it's reacting there, and you can see probably my muscle twitch a little bit as I do it. But they said that this one's really good for the dogs because a lot of dog e-collars will like really zap them, and it'll be harsh. Despite the intensity that it gets up to, it's kind of a build. So it slowly builds up and then slowly builds down. So that's, I guess, really good for dogs, for them to learn. Not to be used necessarily as a correction tool for bad. They say you want to use it more so for positive reinforcement. Max, come here. For placement of these, what we learned is you want to put it just off center of the head, so not directly down, but off kilter a little bit, and that'll stimulate the muscles in the back in the dog. So, and then for tightness, go exactly 180 degrees opposite from where the collar is, and you should easily be able to get 2 fingers through there. I can almost get 3, so that's a good area. You don't want to be too tight, but you don't want to be too loose, so you don't want this to like really flop around. And sometimes even like throughout the day, we'll see that maybe the way you put it on, it grabbed a lot of hair, or maybe you put it on way too tight and they're having trouble breathing. So just adjust as you see fit. And then you can see, usually I put it on right in the morning before we go for walks. So he associates the collar with going for a walk. So it's a good way to positively reinforce putting it on. You don't want to put it on and then just start zapping them because then they will not like the collar. So one of the first things we learned was basic commands. So Max already pretty much knew basic commands, but with the collar, basically right now we're on a scale of a 1 to 99, we're at a 10, and the point is you say the command and hit the button at the same time. So Max, sit, and you basically kind of give him a little buzz. It's just reinforcing the sit, and he wants to make the buzz kind of stop. So as soon as he listens to the command, you stop hitting him. Lay. Good boy. And then you do tons of praising. So that was kind of basic commands. Up. Good boy. Sit. Shake. Good boy.
Like Nathan was saying, we started out with basic commands and just kind of worked up from there. So the next thing that he taught us was place, and I didn't really understand why we needed to do that and why like placing would matter. And what placing is basically you find an area that you want your dog to either sit or lay on, and you just put your hand out and you say place, and it teaches them to get up on that thing. It could be an area that just like looks different, like you could place them on a blanket on a surface. It could just be a couch, a chair. We're gonna demonstrate with this chair. And the goal of it is to increase their confidence. And I was like, I don't understand, like, what's the point of increasing a dog's confidence? And especially when you have an aggressive dog, it's important to, like, you want the most confident dog, because you want a dog that's like, I don't care about anything else that's going on. I don't care about the dog that's over there playing. Like, I'm good. So placing them on things and increasing the level of difficulty for the things that you're placing them on. So this is going to be pretty easy for him, but things that are smaller, surface wise, we kind of had to help him up at first because they think that they can't do it, but the more that he does it, the more confidence that he gains in himself, that he can like get up onto places. Max, you want to do it? And same thing with the collar. So you're going to constantly hit it. It's place until he does it, because his goal is he wants to shut this off, because he keeps feeling this and he's like, I don't want to feel that, and I know if I do what I'm told, it'll shut off. Are you ready? You ready, Coop? Can you place? Place. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. You so good boy. And like Nathan said, lots and lots of praise after they do it, because the collar and training should never be like a negative thing. It's going to be stressful for them, and so the most praise that you can give them, the better. The next thing that, or one of the last things that we learned, was heel, and that was definitely the hardest thing for him to get, and that's why he like worked us up to that. But it has been incredible, and it's something that we use all the time when we're going for walks, and Nathan's going to kind of show you how to do it.
You ready? Okay, you want to heel? Heel.
And same thing, so he's using the collar and he's basically just heel until Max gets into that heel, and it's really tight to his leg, and it's common for shepherds to kind of wrap their head around your leg too, like Max is doing. So same thing when we're walking. If he starts to stray kind of straight ahead, you know, it's heel, get him right back to you. If he sees another dog and starts to kind of get excited for that, same thing. You give a little pressure on the collar and it's heel, and get him right back in that heel. And then also something that we learned is after every training, like you do something and then you can say break, and it's their time to have fun and run around and play, because again, training and going through these things, especially when you're going through heel, can be really stressful.
So that concludes our training for today, this little teaser. But we've done a ton more training with him and with our other dog, Trigger, that we've had since a pup. So if you have any questions on more of that training, any particular circumstances, or anything that you're going through right now with your dog, biting as a pup, stuff like that, if you have any questions for us, let us know. We've probably dealt with it. And also, if you have any tips for us or anything that you've done that works really well for your dogs or anything cool, let us know. Love to hear them.
Maxy Baby said that he will be signing autographs over the next few weeks and appreciates kibble and balls and walks.
Walks? Do you want to go for a walk?